Okay, there we go. We are up and recording. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to get this kicked off. Again, just one moment here. Awesome. All right, let's get this thing rocking and rolling. Ladies and gentlemen, first and foremost, I want to thank you for hopping on, because if you are on this call today, I not only appreciate it, but I know your teams will appreciate it as well. Because if you're on this call, that means you're ready to diversify your tools, right? You're ready to start to utilize new instruments that will help you in your presentations, okay? It's very simple. We're going to go over today. My goal is just to get you the information that I have been blessed to receive. So my name is Sal Fox. If you don't know me yet, man, you will, because it's hard for me to keep my mouth shut. I feel so passionate about this entire journey and what we're doing here. I've made it a point to go out of my way to help people succeed with this company, because this company is the answer. I'm super blessed to have 40 of you on this call right now, and it tells me that we have leaders ready to march. There is nothing stronger than a volunteer army, and what you're doing right now is putting time aside to get going. So I do want to say a couple things before we start. I'm going to apologize if I slip up and curse here. Nothing terribly bad, but sometimes it happens. I get super passionate and fired up. And I'm just that type of guy, man. I grew up in South Philadelphia here. We just talk a little different. So I want to get that out of the way. I hope I don't offend anybody if, something slips. So let's go into this. You guys are all leaders. I learned from tough love my whole life. I'm going to try to give you transparent love today. I'm not here to baby anybody. If you want to take this information and run with it, that's what you can do. And we're going to talk about some things here. So again, my name's Sal Fox. The reason why I feel comfortable giving this training today is because I went to Penn State and I studied some of the greatest speakers that have ever graced the earth. And what that means for me is I went and I got a communications degree and I studied classic rhetoric. Some of you guys are like, what the hell is classic rhetoric? Classic rhetoric is simply this: the general persuasiveness of messages and how they're conveyed, right? So I'm constantly sitting here listening to what you're trying to sell me, right? Every conversation is a sell. Everything you're doing in life, you have a seller and you have a buyer in every single conversation. I don't care what you're talking about. That's just the way it is. Whether you see it right now or not, by the end of this training, you will start to see it. You'll notice it more in your daily conversations. So today we're going to be talking about some of those things, because that's what I've studied. I've studied people like Martin Luther King. I've studied people Simon Sinek, Gandhi, all of these influential people. I've spent so much of my time learning how they speak, right? Because it's not what you say, it's how you say it, right? And when you're in a company like this, it's important to develop your skills. If you want to be a network marketer, you need to learn how to talk. I just don't care what anyone says. That's plain and simple. You need to learn how to use your voice as an instrument to guide your success. Plain and simple, okay? Because when you're in a company such as this, where the product sells itself, it's super easy, but you can help expedite the process of achieving your goals if you simply learn how to use your vocabulary and your voice. Now, you do not have to be smart to do this. I am not smart, but what I am is coachable. Every single day I get up and I make sure that I'm consuming information from people who are smarter than me, from people who have the results I want. And we say it all the time, and I know you hear it all the time. So that's super important. Why? Because when you're in a company like this or an industry like this, when you operate inside of a capitalist market or a free market, you get paid directly based off of the value that you bring to the minute, hour, day, week, month, year. Plain and simple. I'm going to use an example, and this is not to offend anybody, but this is an example that I heard from a speaker once in my life. And they said, if you are, if you're working a job making minimum wage, that's fine. But what your employer is telling you is that you are only bringing minimum wage value to the hour and the market that you're operating inside of. And that's why you're being directly compensated in that fashion. So if you're in an industry such as ours and you have a product that already brings value to lives, it's important that you develop your skills so you can bring value to the market and broaden your horizon, right? Get out and reach more people, expose more people, and you will be directly compensated for that. That's the power of a free market. Okay, so moving forward, I'm going to go over our itinerary for this call. I want to keep it to the point. If you're taking notes, that's great, right? Because note takers are money makers, plain and simple. Now, what we're going to talk about, there's 5 points here, guys. Our itinerary is going to be going over the 4 communication styles, or the most well understood ones. We're going to be talking about presentation tips, how to get comfortable presenting, what sells and what doesn't, right? So that's 5 things that we're going to touch on today, and I hope that you take notes. I'm not going to sit here and jot notes down on the screen. I went to school and I studied presenting, and I never, ever, ever, my college teachers hated this. They hated that I never used a PowerPoint. Why? And we're going to go over this. But a PowerPoint is not for you as a presenter to read off of. It is there as a visual aid for your audience. Your audience is here for you. If they want to jump on a sales call, that's great. You can run through the PowerPoint, give them their information. When you're doing a one-on-one, they're here for you. They want to hear you. They want to see you be transparent. They want to see you be genuine. They want to see why they can make this work. And you need to show them that you're a normal person and you made it work. Plain and simple. So we're going to go over some of those communication styles. And first and foremost, what is communication? Communication is the simple process of encoding a message, aka creating a message, using a channel to direct it, and then having your recipient decode that message, right? Break it down to see if they can understand what you said. Seems simple, but now you have to consider how there are multiple channels to streamline your information to your recipient. There are multiple different noises or distractions in your environment. So we need to learn how to be the most effective and use the most effective channel. To me, that might be one-on-ones. To you, that might be videos. To someone else, that might be group sessions. You need to learn what your skill set is and then take some of these lessons and notes and apply them to that to help your, arsenal of tools, right? Your arrangement of skill set to help you utilize and achieve your goals. So let's go over these 4 styles. The first 3 you do not need to write down because they're exactly what you shouldn't do. But it's important that I communicate this to you so you understand the 4th style and how to use it properly. So the first style is passive communication, okay? And this is the type of individual that's going to sit here on a call and is going to be indifferent, right? They're yielding their thoughts, feelings, ideas to others, right? They just don't simply care too much, or they won't vocalize their needs. And so what this means is they usually fail to express their feelings, needs to others, and they just internalize them. And this usually leads to misunderstanding and, honestly, anger. And it leads to a buildup. Okay, they have to go with the flow attitude, right? It really doesn't matter that much. Sure, that sounds good. It really doesn't matter to me. I just want to keep the peace. These are the types of individuals that are not self-starters, and that's okay. But these types of individuals, if you are that type of individual, you need to understand where you are right now in these 4 brackets of communication, understand where you are, and then understand that you can now take these new notes that I'm about to tell you and help you move from category to category to category until you're a proficient speaker. When we talk about finances, we talk about the 4 categories, right? Rich dad, poor dad, how you can be an employee, a small business owner, a large business owner, or an investor. Your goal is to slowly navigate through those quadrants to get to the investor quadrant so you can live the life you want to live. That's why we're doing what we're doing. Okay, so now I want you to apply that same concept. If you're at step 1 and you're a passive communicator, that's okay. But understand that's not going to help you grow. So you need to get comfortable with being uncomfortable, because then you're going to grow. You'll bring value to yourself, to your business, and then guess what? Moin, Monier, and Hassan are going to pay you for it. Okay? So the second strategy is an aggressive communicator. And I'm telling you right now, every one of us knows it. Every one of us knows it when you speak to an aggressive communicator. You'll hear it, you'll see it, and you'll feel it. What does that mean? I like to think about my football coaches growing up. I played football for 18 years, guys. I was never the athlete that the coach needs to grab by the face mask, get into his face, and scream and spit to get his message across. Now, there are some individuals that need that, and I grew up with a lot of them. Tough love does work. But I personally didn't need that. If you yell in my face and you condescend to me and you're screaming, that tells me a couple things. One, you might be insecure in your message. Two, you might not know how to convey the message. And three, maybe you don't have the patience or the understanding on how to communicate effectively with others. It's important that you know the needs and desires of the person that you are speaking to. You need to know the type of individual that you're speaking to. This way you can navigate through these 4 quadrants properly. Some people need to be yelled at. Some people need to be coached. Some people need to have their hands held. Some people need love and care and tender. It's your job as a leader to navigate properly for each and every individual. Okay, an aggressive communicator will have a loud voice, demanding, right? They maintain eye contact, which is great. I'm a huge eye contact guy. That intimidates a lot of people, but it makes me feel very comfortable. When I speak to you, I'm going to stare into your soul. Most people will break eye contact with me because they feel like it's intimidating. But if you do it the right way, they're going to hold eye contact with you and you're going to carry the conversation because you're going to make them feel safe. Eye contact is huge. I don't care what anyone says. Eye contact is huge. If you're sitting down talking to someone, this is funny. If you're sitting down talking to someone one-on-one and their feet and knees are directed away from you or their body language is closed, they're not receiving what you're saying. If you want to get to someone, look at their feet. I swear to God. Look at their feet. If their toes are pointed to you, if their stance is open, their stance is vulnerable, they're receiving what you're saying. If you have someone closed off, you need to stop trying to sell them. You need to build rapport. You need to get real. You need to show them that you're a normal human being. And body language is huge. So for an aggressive communicator, they can often be considered leaders because they demand respect. But again, that's something that you need to toe the line carefully with. I don't like using a full aggressive approach. I will use an aggressive approach, but I know how to balance it with the other style that I'm about to teach you, right? An aggressive communicator thinks, I'm right, you're wrong. I get my way or the highway. It's your fault, you're to blame. That's not a good leader. It's not a good leader. It's not an effective strategy. It's just not going to work for you. I haven't been checking the chat. I'm sorry. Let me look at the chat. Let's go. Love you guys. Love his mic. I need to get one. Guys, it is a Hypercast mic. You can get it right off of Amazon. Amazon's not going to pay me, but Moin and Monier will pay me because I share their products. Now, let's talk about passive-aggressive communication. The third one on my list, okay? These individuals are passive on the surface, right? It looks like they might be hearing what you're saying and understanding and agreeing with you. But deep down, they're not on the same page, okay? These types of individuals have issues expressing themselves. They use body language instead of words, right? So they might but again, their feet are turned away, they're crossed, their body language suggests otherwise. Okay, no one buys what you do. They buy why you do it. Write that down right now in freaking bold print. No one buys what you do. Yes, this is recorded, Pearl. They buy why you do it. No one buys what you do. They buy why you do it. No one cares what you're selling. They care why you're selling it. Okay, go watch Simon Sinek on why leaders lead. Beautiful. Okay, the passive-aggressive individual might say, yeah, sure, we can do things your way, and then walk away, mutter under their breath and say that way sucks, or that's not the right way, or I'm not going to do that. Okay, awesome, sure, whatever. If you're in any one of those 3 categories, it's now up to you as an individual who wants to be a leader. You're on this call. That means you want to stand out. You want to take this thing to the next level. You need to learn how to get to this final category, and this is what you need to write down: the assertive communicator. The assertive communicator is the perfect balance of all 4. Okay, assertive communicator is an open communicator. They're not an overbearing communicator, right? They're not so aggressive that it feels like they're yelling at you, right? If you look at some of the leaders in this company and the way they talk, you think about Andrew James. He's a very assertive leader. He speaks well. He speaks with excitement in his voice, but he's also a real individual. He's not here to just sell you, sell you, sell you. You look at Alex B. Babalakis. I think I'm saying your last name right, buddy. I'm just going to call you AB. And you listen to him speak. He's not hype. He's very to the point. He's serious, but he's genuine, right? Oh, I say serious and Siri opens up on my phone. Now you think about people like Tanner Clapperich. Okay, he gets the information to you. He's genuine. He's open. He's transparent. He makes you feel safe. When you look at leaders that are doing this, you wonder, why are they blowing up so rapidly? Because they're not looking at each person as a number. They're not looking at each person like an enrollment, as a commission. Because when you stop building the people, you stop building your business. You can pump number after number after number after number into your business, smash a bunch of ranks when you're gold packing that ass, right? You're just pushing gold packs, gold packs, gold packs, gold packs. That's great. But when you can't duplicate that, you what? Digress. When you can't motivate your people to push gold packs, they feel less than. They feel like they're not doing enough, and they feel like they're letting you down. That's not the case. This is not a sales race. If you start looking at it like a sales race, you're going to lose. You're going to build quick, but you're building a house of cards. Will Smith said, it's not about building a wall. It's about laying each brick as perfectly as you can. You need to bring in every single new person, and you need to lay them perfectly. You need to put them on a path for success. Because if you just slap the brick on the wall, slap some mortar on top of it, and say, run, they're going to fail. We have all failed, and it feels crappy. Okay, no one likes to fail, especially in a lucrative market such as the Forex or in network marketing as a whole. So an assertive leader or communicator is able to express not only their own needs, desires, and feelings, but they understand and how to make the other person feel not only that they're considerate of them, but their understanding of their needs, desires, and feelings, right? The goal for an assertive communicator is for both parties to win. Simple. Both parties should get what they need out of this conversation. When you host your own meeting, when you run your own op call, you can do it however you want, but I'm going to tell you how I'm succeeding. I'm going to tell you how Tanner hit Ruby in less than 60 days. I'm going to show you how Pearl came in and hit Sapphire in her first 3 weeks. I'm going to show you how I'm going to go Ruby in my first 30 days of actually building. Okay? It doesn't matter what everyone says. It matters what works for you. But you need to be able to adopt. You need to be able to improvise. You need to be able to adapt in order to present the information properly, right? An assertive speaker uses I statements. What does that mean? An example of that would be, I feel disheartened when you miss our meetings. Listen, bro, I love you, but it makes me really sad when you miss our meetings because I look up to you. I will see you as a leader. I see you as someone who can take this thing and run with it, man, and I really believe in you, right? Sometimes all it takes is for us to hear that someone believes in us, right? You might not have the belief in yourself, but when I heard Tanner Clapperich say, Sal, dude, the way you speak, man, like I just believe in you. And that set a fire under my ass, and I just ran with it, right? It indicates ownership of feeling. It indicates genuine. I guess I said that wrong. It indicates a sense of genuality. I don't know if that's the proper word, but you being genuine towards that individual, right? They can feel that. We feel the vibrations. Authenticity, great word. Thank you. Whoever said that, iPhone user, appreciate you. Yes, people can feel whether you're being authentic or just pumping stuff out. I'll tell you a quick little story. I'm a bartender, right? Now retired because of this opportunity. Thanks, but peace. This individual, he's a 70-year-old man. He would come into my bar 3 times a week, and he would sit there from 5 to 7, just drink a couple Coors Lights and eat dinner. And he always said to me, he didn't always. He said this to me one time. He said, Sal, come here. I leaned across the bar, and I said, what's up, Brian? And he goes, you want to know the most special thing about you? And I'm thinking, my mom spent like $4,000 on braces, so my teeth are pretty cool. I don't have too bad hair. And I'm thinking all these things. I'm like, what's the best part about me? I don't know. But I like my teeth and I like my hair. So maybe he'll say that, and that'll be a nice compliment. And he looked at me and he says, Sal, I don't think there's a single person that could have a one-on-one conversation with you, walk away and think that you weren't authentic or genuine. And I heard that and it made me step back. And he's right. I wear my heart on my sleeve. I don't care what you think. If you ain't paying my bills or you ain't helping me get to the next level, your opinion doesn't matter to me. And that might seem mean. That might seem harsh, but it's the truth. This is a mean world we live in. For a couple of months down here in Philadelphia, I lived in a war zone. I had gunshots going off outside my window, right? This world is not a nice, forgiving place. So it's important that you surround yourself with people who are going to lift you up. And that's what we're doing here in this company. We're lifting people up. We're building people. That's why we're succeeding. That's why we're kicking ass, because we're investing in individuals, right? So a couple more examples. How about this? We are equally entitled to express ourselves to one another, right? The assertive speaker is going to hear the needs of their potential prospect or business partner, right? I realize I have choices in my life and I consider my options. I respect others' thoughts, feelings, and opinions. You need to maintain eye contact. Nod your head while you're listening. Be an active listener. Jesus, I can't pound this into people's heads enough. Listen twice and speak once. Eye contact, body language, shoulders square, hips square, feet square, eyeballs locked, nodding and smiling. I don't care what you're selling. I care why you're selling it. Okay, I can sit here and give you a sales pitch. I can run you through a PowerPoint. No one cares. No one cares. That's why people come to my meetings and people say, what are you doing differently? Well, I give them the information. I do it quick because no one really gives a crap. They want to see what you can do for me. I grew up in an area where it's screw you, what can you do for me? And so now I operate under the sense of how can I bestow value onto others? Not the screw you part, but how can I give others value, right? Gary Vee wrote a book called Jab, 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 Right Hook. Give, ask. Give, ask. Provide value, and people will want to provide value back. Plain and simple. Give, ask. Right? That's what I do every single day. I make sure that I am there for every one of my teammates whenever they need me. And that's why when I need something to happen, I couldn't do my 10 o'clock op call today for my Nigerian team. I had to reach out to one of my leaders, Anthony Kongulis, and I said, Ant, I need you to do this for me, bro. Tanner can't run it. He's got to go get his baby boy. He shares custody, with his baby mama. They have 50-50 custody. So Tanner had to go and get his baby boy today. I had to prepare for this, right? Because if you're always prepared, you never have to what? Get ready. Okay. So you need to learn your material. You need to learn how to actively listen. You need to learn how to say no. And you need to learn how to voice your needs and desires confidently. Okay. You need to learn your material. The only way you'll be confident is if you practice and you know your material, plain and simple. Okay. So those are the 4 styles. Now we're going to get into the presentation tips, because this is what all of you most likely want to hear. Ladies and gentlemen, write these down. In order for you to have a smooth presentation, you need to master your tone. We'll go through all these. You need to master clarity, enunciation, your cadence, or how quickly, or your tempo, right? Cadence is tempo, essentially. Your attitude, delivery, facial expression, and eye contact. Ladies and gentlemen, your tone is absolutely vital. If you're in here and you're monotone and you don't really give a crap and you're just giving the presentation, you're going to put everyone to sleep. If I come in here with a low voice and I'm calm and I'm cool and I'm collected, that might be great, but I'm putting me to sleep. I'm putting me to sleep. Plain and simple. Okay. You need to understand that tone is everything. If you want to understand how to use tone, listen to one of my calls. Come to my 9 o'clock call. Listen to when I emphasize certain words. Listen to the way I speak, my cadence, how I line things up like a T-ball pitch and I knock it out of the park, right? I use buzzwords. I use buzz phrases, massive, nuclear, momentum, right? People want to hear these things. I'm not lying. I'm just using better words. It's not what you say. It's how you say it. People don't buy what you do. They buy why you do it. Okay. So when you can change your tone, I can give you a hype sales pitch and get you fired up and use tone. Or I can get real and I can get calm and I can look into my freaking camera. When I tell you, I look at this webcam when I'm wrapping up my messages and I look directly in your eyes. I might not see your eyes, but you see my eyes looking directly at you. And you are going to see into me because I'm giving you my vibrations now. When I tell you that this product and this company works because we have the data that proves it, when I tell you that I'm changing lives, continent by continent, state by state, city by city, person by person, it's because it's working. And when you can hit someone with that at the end of your meeting, and you can be transparent and you can be real, people hear it. People feel it. Okay. Your goal is to connect with that individual. Stop being a salesman and you'll see your sales skyrocket. Stop reading off the freaking presentation and you'll see your sales skyrocket. Okay. Your attitude is absolutely intense. It's necessary. Jim Rohn said your attitude, what? I'm sorry, Bob Proctor, maybe one of them, one of these two legends. They said your attitude determines your altitude. Okay. Set your sails, let the wind catch and ride. All right. Your attitude is everything. I come into this because I go to bed every night and I look in the mirror and I say, I'm so happy that I'm a diamond leader in B and I help every single person in my organization achieve their goals. And then I look at myself in the mirror and I smile because I say, holy crap, my product works. I have no issues selling this. Holy crap, my product changes lives. I love selling this. Holy crap, I'm learning a lifelong skill. I'm selling this. Gold pack that ass. That's just a joke between Tanner and I. But seriously, guys, it's awesome, man. When you can go to bed and your attitude is on the same vibration as your mentality, you will absolutely deliver. Here's 3 things: thoughts, words, and actions. Thoughts, words, and actions. When they are in alignment, you can do crazy things. When they're in alignment, you can make crazy things happen. When they're in alignment, you can go from square one to wherever the heck you want to go. Okay, thoughts, words, and actions are huge. Clarity. Enunciate your words. Drop your jaw. Talk clearly. Don't be sitting there mumbling, getting all nervous and freaking out when you talk all fast and people don't understand what you're saying. And you're sitting here looking like a crazy person. And everyone's like, what the heck? I want a new person to talk. Get another presenter on here. No one likes that. Speak clear. Speak slowly. Speed it up. Slow it down, right? That's all about cadence. You'll hear me get super excited, emphasize certain syllables, and talk like this and get people listening because now I'm emphasizing the things that I'm talking about, right? Mix it up. No one wants a static presentation. They want dynamic presentations. They want it to be exciting. They want it to be real. They want it to be genuine. Wear your heart on your sleeve. Be transparent. Okay. So those things are super important. Facial expressions. When someone else is presenting, you need to keep your freaking camera on. If you're presenting and you have a picture up of your face, I'm telling you right now, F. You're getting an F. You're getting an F for the class. You failed. You are already turning majority of your people off. Why? Because people are here for you. They can get the PowerPoint. They can read the PowerPoint. More than likely, they can freaking read. They're here for you. It's your time to be a leader and command the conversation, steer the ship. Look at me. I ain't a captain now. Okay? You run these calls because you want people to feel you. Open up your camera. Ladies, if you're like, I'm having a bad day, I don't look too good, I'm telling you, you're beautiful. Girl, you woke up like that. I love it. Get that pretty face on the camera. Gentlemen, if your hair looks crappy, throw a hat on. Smile. Get on the freaking screen because people don't buy what you do. They buy why you do it, and they can see it in your face. They can feel it in your words. They can feel it in your body language. turn your camera on. If you are running a call and your camera's off, you already sent away 90% of your customers. No one buys what you do. They buy why you do it. Show them. Make them feel you. Okay. So let's talk about comfort while presenting. My biggest tip for every one of you that you want to go and do this and be a presenter and you want to get on and do your thing, guys, on the top of your screen, if you're looking at this in the gallery view, Zoom, and you see a bunch of different squares, that's fine, but you're going to freak yourself out. I'm going to see through this. I see 55 people on here, 51 people on here. I'm going to get nervous. I see people moving. I see distractions. I'm going to get nervous. So what I do, I click on Tanner Clapperich, my best friend and business partner, and at the top of his screen, it says ask to unmute, or it says ... and you click on those ... and you say pin screen. Okay. And boom, there you go. Now you pin it to your screen and all you see is that person that you're speaking to. And I personally feel comfortable talking to Tanner. And Tanner's going to sit there and smile and nod at me, whether he knows or understands what the heck I'm saying or not, because he's a supportive teammate. He's a supportive friend, and he's a good leader. And he's going to sit there. Oh, he's got Kai. Kai's doing his little tub time. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Shake it, baby. He's doing his little dance in there. So Tanner's going to look at me, nod, and encourage me because he's a teammate. Now, if Tanner can't get on the call, I straight up pin my own crazy looking face on this call, and I talk to myself because I can see my intensity. I can say, yo, Sal, back off the pedal a little bit. I can see if I'm getting red or flushed, right? I can see all the things that I'm doing, and now I can govern my speech according to that, right? So pin your BFF's face on the screen, or pin yourself on the screen so you can talk to one of the two and feel comfortable presenting. Because I present in the mirror all the time, and that's where I get my confidence from. I'm like, yeah, boy, you kill it. Get that, right? You know, I hype myself up. I'm crazy. Yeah, boy, you got this, right? Do your thing, you know, get up there. Most people won't even know, right? When you're doing these presentations, people hear you, and they're just going to believe you because you're the one giving the information. That's like being a teacher. The kids don't know any better. They see you in a position of authority, and they're like, okay, this is real. That what they're saying, that's it. That's what works. That's it. Plain and simple. So believe in yourself, right? If you mess up, do not stop. When Beyonce busts her ass on stage on her 10-inch high heels, she gets right up and keeps going. When Shakira rolls her ankle doing her belly dance on stage and busts her ass, she gets up and keeps going. People only know you mess up when you call attention to it. People only know you mess up when you call attention to it. Plain and simple. If I mess up my presentation here, you guys wouldn't know. You don't know when I miss a speaking point. I just keep rolling, baby. I'm like a steamrolling train. I just have coal going in the engine 24/7. We're burning at 100 miles an hour all day, every day. Okay, you don't know when I screw up because I don't let you know. I keep going, and then I wrap around and I bring my screw up back into the presentation somehow. That takes time. That takes skill. That takes patience. That takes learning. That takes a coachable mindset. I've learned from great speakers. I've digested their speech patterns, and now I'm just a giant, loud echo of all of the greatest speakers that I've studied. Okay? Know your information, and you're going to kill it, right? If you're always prepared, you never have to get ready. Guys, I want to talk about the fourth thing, what sells. Ladies and gentlemen, you are what sells. The PowerPoint doesn't sell. The company, yes, it sells because we have a kick-ass company, but in most companies, doesn't sell. People are here to buy you. They're not here to buy what you do. They buy why you do it. I'm going to get that tattooed across my freaking face until people understand you do not get what people want. They get what you, excuse me, I just ruined that. They do not buy what you want. They buy what you or why you do it, right? I say it all the time. I say it to everybody. It's important to understand that people want to see you. They want you to be transparent, okay? Build relationships. I've done calls where I don't even talk about the products. I simply ask people what they're doing with their lives. What kind of businesses are you into? I build rapport. I put the ball in their court. I ask them questions. I make them feel empowered. I make them feel like a leader. I make them feel like they're giving me advice when really I'm the one who has the life-changing information. But what I'm doing is creating a relationship based off of them feeling comfortable. It's your job as a leader to make your potential business partner feel comfortable. I'm going to say this till the day I die. Leaders eat last. If you don't like that, you might not be a leader. There are leaders and there are those who lead. If you don't know the distinction yet, that's okay. Leaders are ones who are put into positions of power or assume positions of power. Maybe they run with it, maybe they don't. Then there are those who lead. Those are the individuals who act, walk, and talk like a crown ambassador when they're star. Those are individuals who know how to duplicate the system. Those are individuals who are coachable. Those are individuals who get up every single day with purpose to help others. You will only get to where you want if you help others get to where they want. No one cares. No one cares about you until they know that you care about them. That's the hard truth of life. You don't want to buy that? That's fine. I ain't here to sell it to you. I'm here to tell you. That's the way it is. No one cares. So show them that you care. They'll be more receptive. We have been trained, we've been institutionalized to look over our shoulder. We've been trained to say that every opportunity that seems too good to be true is because someone's coming after you to bite you in the ass, to get the better of you. That's not the case. It's not the case here. Yes, it might be the case in a lot of places. It's not the case here. It's not the case with this team. It's not the case with this family, right? So you need to learn on how to practice being actively vulnerable. You need to put yourself in front of your prospect or your potential business partner and show them that you are willing to be vulnerable. That will open them up. It'll make them feel safe. It'll make them feel like they can tell you, express their desires, needs, and concerns. That's when you're breaking through. That's when you're making the sale. Not when you're shoving the product down their throat. Not when you're saying, go pack, go pack, go pack, go back, go back. It's when you get real. It's when you look them in the eye and say, what can I do for you? Because this is what I want to do for you, right? You are what sells this business, not the presentation, not the product, not the company. They will help you, but they are not what sells, okay? Put their comfort before yours. Camera always on. We talked about that. That builds transparency. It makes you feel real. It makes you feel genuine. It's less salesy. And have confidence when you talk, okay? How do you build confidence? Conviction is built through belief. How do you build belief? Through evidence. Where does evidence come from? Using the freaking product. Be a product of the product. It's easy for me to do this because I believe in it, because I've seen it work for me. Right? If I'm in a football game and I'm running off tackle, and every time I hand the ball off and I run off tackle and we score, I'm going to keep doing it. Right? Don't fix it if it ain't broke. Build belief in the product. You will have evidence of success, and then you'll feel confident talking about it, okay? Plain and simple. How do you build conviction? You build it through belief. Belief is built through evidence. Evidence is built through productivity. Boom. Be a product of the product. 4 things. Conviction comes from belief. Belief comes from evidence. Evidence comes from product. Using the product. Activity. Action. Take freaking action. All right, guys, you are what sells this, not the company. Now, what I want to talk about before I open this up for questions, we're coming up on the 45-minute mark here. I want to talk about what doesn't work. If you're doing this, it's okay. I'm not here to yell at you. I'm here to help you. What does not work? Reading off the PowerPoint, number 1. We can read. It's insulting. It's insulting for you to read the PowerPoint to the individual that you have on this call, because they're giving you their time not to read a PowerPoint. They're giving you their time and energy, something that they'll never get back in their life, because they want to hear you. They came here to hear your testimony, your conviction, your level of belief, and your desire to help them succeed. They did not come here to read a freaking PowerPoint. Okay, my teachers in school got so pissed off because they are like, Sal, you need to use a PowerPoint. And I'm like, no, I do not. I am the focus. This is a visual aid. If I read what's on the PowerPoint, you are going to fall asleep. no one is going to give a crap, and no one is going to sign up. They are here for you. They want to hear you. They want to see a normal individual making this work so they can believe that they can make it work. The reason why I close every single freaking call I have, and the reason I have 100% retention rate and not a single person fall off in 2 months, is because I make them feel. They sit here and they hear me. They sit here, they see me sweat. They sit here and they see me work 15 hours a day for them to succeed. That's it. They feel. I don't put the PowerPoint up. You come to one of my presentations at 9 o'clock, I'm going to curse. I ain't doing a sales pitch. I'm giving you South Philly Sal as raw and as authentic as I can give it, because that's who I am. And I don't change for anybody who don't like it. I will change to better myself. But if you don't like what I do, I don't really care, because I get real. I get real. If you don't like real, if you can't handle the truth, then guess what, homie? You're not in it for me. You're not going to be on this team. You're probably not going to succeed. This world is cruel. It ain't nice. Nobody's here to give you handouts. But everyone on this team is here to help you develop. Everyone here is helping you get to the next level, because the only way I get to my next goal is if I make sure that you get to your goal. Plain and simple. Show them that you can be vulnerable. We just talked about this, right? Show them that you can open up and be vulnerable. I open up every single call at the end of my 9 o'clock sessions, and I say, who's got a question? I want the biggest skeptic to open up their mouth right now and try to stump me. Straight up. I look in the camera and I say, who's my biggest skeptic? Let's go. Let's throw it down, baby. All raw, all organic, all authentic. Tell me what you got. Let's see it. I ain't scared. Let's do it. Plain and simple. We open up for a dialogue. That's what I want to do here in just a minute. We open up for a dialogue, because that's when conversation gets going. That's when the brain starts working. They just consumed all of this overwhelming information. That's why I also don't go through the PowerPoints. There's freaking 40 slides of overwhelming information. I straight up put up the Beehive, our ecosystem of technology, right? And this is what works for me. You do not have to do this, but this is what works for me and Tanner. We put up our Beehive with all of our products. You know what I'm talking about. And we just touch on each one. And then we say, okay, who's got questions? Stop overloading people. It's intimidating. It makes them feel nervous, and it makes them feel like they just got so much info that they don't even know where the freak to start. Okay, when you open up for questions and you have 50 people in your chat room, people are scared, one, to ask a question because they think that they're going to sound dumb. That is an institutional mindset. That's a variable that we have been having people program into us since we're little, because we're worried about what people freaking think. And those people don't pay your bills. So stop worrying about them and what they think. Get out of that mindset. Open up your heart and open up your mind, and know that you are strong enough to accept failure, and you are strong enough to accept heartbreak, and you are strong enough to deal with the things that others refuse to deal with. And that's why they keep a closed mind. If you can take the no's, if you can take the heartbreak, then you will grow and you will attract that which you desire. Plain and simple. I know it sounds cliche, but it freaking is the truth. Okay, I decided to go all in with this company and rebrand myself on social media. I have people walking into my business. Sal, can you help me? There is no one more vulnerable than the individual who asks you for your help. They have humbled themselves. They have sought help. They have seen results, and they want you to teach them. That is powerful. You need to get vulnerable with them. You need to show them that you are here for them. So vulnerable. Get real with them. Stop selling people for freak's sake. It pisses me off. Show someone that you have a product that will change their life, and you will inevitably have a volunteer army running for you. I can get 200 people on this call right now that would say, Sal Fox and Tanner Clapper Rich, ride for us no matter what, and we will ride for them no matter what. That's because we have built leaders. We have built people. We didn't give a crap about the enrollment. I didn't hit star until my 5th week into the business, and now I smashed Sapphire, and I'm about to hit all 4 ranks in my first real cycle. Okay, that doesn't say anything about my ability to sell. It says something about my team and my team's ability to get real. We straight up get real. That's it. And that's why everyone's like, what? How are you doing this? Man, I just tell it how it is. If you don't like it, kick rocks. Sorry, I ain't here to hold your hand. Ask mommy what's up. Okay, make them feel like the ball's in their court. Something I wrote down here, right? Make them feel like the ball is in their court. Make them feel powerful. Make them feel like they're in control of the conversation, but guide it to the right, I guess, goal or where you want the conversation to end. But you need to put the power in their hands. Guys, before I open this up, I'm going to say one last thing. You will send every single business partner out the door if you run an op call and you say every other word. There is nothing worse than stop it. All you're doing is filling the void because you're nervous, because you don't know what to say next. And this comes with practice. This comes with knowing your information, and this comes with confidence, right? The only way that you can practice effectively and build confidence is if you know your information and continue to recite it. When you don't know what to say, shut your mouth and use your brain. Stop saying people will respect you more if you just shut up and think about your next thought than if you say it sounds terrible. It sounds unprofessional, and it's a habit. I was there. I would get marks off my presentation in college left and right at Penn State every time I said they would literally mark you down a point. Every they would mark you. You could say 15 times, and you could be the best presentation at every single point, and you are already an 85. You're getting a B at best because you said where I come from. Stop saying Calm yourself. Remember that you know the information. You are the leader of this conversation, and you are the one that's giving this person the technology to change their life. Believe in what you have. Believe in what you have. In here, up here, and with this company. It's over. You already got them. Be transparent. Be real. Believe in what you have. Be confident. Stop saying Get in the freaking mirror every single night. Tell yourself that you are happy and thankful that you are a crown ambassador in this company and that you help people crush their goals every single day. And then tell yourself the same thing that you are going to do on this presentation. When I talk about the learn side of this company, I run through it. I know that stuff by like the back of my hand. I could do it in my sleep, not only because I believe in it, but because I use the product and because I practice. I practice. I am a creature of habit. Okay. Repetition is the father of learning. Ladies and gentlemen, that is my freaking lecture for you guys. Okay, I hope you got something out of that. I would love for you to open up in the chat and ask questions, or you can simply unmute your mic and just be respectful and see, make sure not everyone's talking at the same time. And I would love to give you any pointers that I've seen work for us. We got the sevens going. Boop. 777, baby. 7's the magic number. I'll tell you what, if you keep practicing these things, you're going to be a wizard. You're a wizard, Harry. You're going to be a wizard by the end of this. I promise you. You keep these habits down. You do what you got to do, and you are going to knock this out of the park. Guys, I am so blessed and favored to not only be considered as someone to do something like this or run a training, but I love my team so much. I knew if I woke up tomorrow and I didn't have my team, I would straight up be depressed. I have never in my life had so much purpose. I have never in my life had so much drive. I've always been a self-starter, but now I have people who count on me. Now I have people who are asking actively and seeking my help. And it is up to me to reach out and provide value, because that's the position that I said I wanted to have in the market. I love working in a free market, in a capitalist market. I love bringing value to the market and being compensated for it. If you don't like that, you might be better in a communist state. Okay? If you don't like being paid for the value that you bring, that's all right. Go hang out in Russia. It's all good. I still love you. But man, I love being paid for bringing value. But what I love more is changing lives, changing minds, changing hearts, right? When you come onto my team, we go, part of the crew, part of the ship, part of the crew, part of the ship. All right, I'm going to get that tattooed on me. I'm going to get copy and paste tattooed on my freaking knuckles when I become a millionaire with this company. Okay? It's plain and simple, baby. Get real with people. Nobody wants a sales pitch. Nobody wants to feel like you're pushing something on them. People want to know that you're here to help them. People don't buy what you do. They buy why you do it. Ladies and gentlemen, I freaking love you. And that's why we are just absolutely blowing up. This company grows organically because the product works. This company is working. Now all you have to do is work it a little bit. So it doesn't look like we have any questions. We're getting a lot of fires. I so genuinely appreciate all of your support. I'll tell you what, guys, even though I know how to do this stuff, that doesn't mean I don't get nervous getting up here. I'm trying to bring value to you. What's up?
I was wondering, could you record your next presentation?
Absolutely, 100%. So every single night, Monday through Friday, we do our team calls at 9 p.m. and it's that's our presentation Tanner and I developed. If you guys don't know already, Tanner is a Ruby leader in this company. He's the individual who got me involved. He's not only a best friend and a business partner, but he's an absolutely genuine individual. And everyone says Sal and Tanner have the perfect balance because Tanner is so Tanner. He's just so genuine and people respect him and people love hearing him present. And then me, I bring a little bit of fire. I bring my hard edge, and we're a perfect balance, right? So I suggest that you find someone that you mix with really well. Someone that you can present with and feed off of each other's energies, play each other's strengths up. We're not all going to be good at everything. So yes, we will 100% record our next one. We do it Monday through Friday on this specific Zoom link. The code is 467-154-3080. So come in on that, write that down, just hit join meeting, and you are all more than welcome. Now, for the first 2 weeks of the cycle, we just do it Monday through Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern. Now, the last 2 weeks of the cycle, we do it Sunday to Sunday, every single day, 9 p.m. Eastern, because we push. We're pushing. Now, if you don't want to be a builder, that's fine. Our team will never ask you to push this product. We just want you to use the product, build belief, and have fun with it and develop a skill. At the end of the day, this is a technology company rooted in education. This recording has been this presentation has been recorded. We will record more. And ladies and gentlemen, I am starting a little podcast where I'm just going to be uploading it to YouTube, and I'm going to be reaching out to individuals, people who want to be leaders in this company, and I'm going to be asking you for 45 minutes of your time to sit down on a Zoom call with me so I can ask you about who you are, so I can ask you about who you want to be, so I can ask you about your experience with this company, with these technologies, and we're going to build a library of testimony. So when people come onto YouTube and they type in B, what is B, what this, what that, they're going to see all of our beautiful faces. They're going to hear all of our real, genuine, transparent stories, because this is not something that you sell. This is something that you give. People don't buy what you do. They buy why you do it. So let's show them and tell them why. Do we have any other questions before I wrap this up?
Yeah, Sal, I just wanted to get on here quick. Thanks for this. This was freaking amazing every single time you speak. I appreciate you. Phenomenal. But I also just wanted to touch on what we do as a team, because I know presenting can be very nerve-wracking. Even for myself, I'm still learning as well. But what we did, me and Sal, we presented to each other. Nobody else on the call. We just ran through it. We ran through our presentation over and over. And then we found more people who wanted to step up and present. And then we'll set a time aside, during the day. And we'll say, anybody who wants to present, we're not opening this up to the public, but it's just going to be you presenting in front of me and Sal, maybe Nate Imes, Anthony, Pearl. And then people can get on and they can practice without having, 50 new people and without having that stress. So that's one thing that we implemented that has helped, our newest people gain confidence presenting. That's all.
And that's exactly what we did. There's really no secret to Tanner and my success and our team's success. We simply go out and build individuals. If there was one secret that we have, it is that we build individuals. I'm not a professional personal development coach. I have had gigs. I've gone and I've spoken to people, and I talk about leadership, team building, sacrifice, learning from your mistakes, all these good things. I studied this. I enjoy it. I love it. I love bringing value to the marketplace. If you are my audience, that means you're my marketplace. I love it. I seriously do. It's just something I feel passionate about. I know that this company is going to be the vehicle to set me financially free, but it's also going to be the vehicle to get me fully into the speaking world. It's going to be the vehicle that allows me to continue to transform lives for the rest of my life, because I am dedicated to consuming information and echoing it to the masses to help. If you don't care to help, you'll never succeed. You'll never succeed. I don't care. I don't care who you are, what you do, you'll never succeed. You'll succeed for a time. You build numbers, you'll build results, but you build a house of cards and the big bad wolf's going to come and blow it down. I lay my bricks perfectly. I listen to West Philly Will when he says, build your team, lay the brick perfectly, and soon you will have a wall. Soon you will have a house. Soon you will have a marketplace. Soon you will have safety. Build your house, brick by brick, person by person. Doesn't matter how long it takes. Develop them. Develop them. And if you can't, put them in front of someone who can. If you're still learning, put them in front of me. If you don't know what to say, put them in front of Tanner. If you don't know how to speak, put them in front of Andrew. If you want to learn how to excite people, put them in front of Andrew. Andrew's a great presenter. I love presenting with Andrew James. I can guarantee you that Andrew James and I will present together on stage. I can guarantee you that Tanner and I will do the same. Alex and I will do the same. Not because we're special, but because we made the decision to build people. Build people. Stop building the business. Build people, and the people will build the business for you. Ladies and gentlemen, my name's Sal Fox. Thank you so much for taking your time. This was an hour-long call. I am eternally grateful to be a part of this leadership, to be a part of this team, to be here for you. Reach out on Instagram. I'll give you my phone number personally, and we will talk. Ask for help. My 3 rules for this success in this company and my team. Follow the script. Stay plugged in. Ask questions. When there's $7 trillion on the table, there are no such thing as bad questions. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. I'm eternally grateful to have you on this call. I love you all. Let's go to the freaking moon. Do it the right way. Let's get it. I need to speak to you. I was so close to getting an influencer verified. Awesome. Let's go. Talk to me. Lou, love you guys. Noah, I appreciate all of you. Reach out to me. Let's get it, guys. Let's get after it. Thank you so much for all your time. Love you.